Hey everybody, my name is Jordan. Welcome to the Film School Dropout. The Film School Dropout is a project that I am starting because I just turned 29, which is very gaggy for me personally. Being 29 is really cool though. I find it, a blessing to have another year to, keep growing, keep advancing. And for this year, I wanted to give myself a challenge. Can you be consistent with something for a whole year? Can you put a weekly effort into a personal project for a year? And what does that look like? So, we're testing that and starting a podcast. Woo, everybody cheer. Okay, everybody clap. Love that. Yes, so I'm turning 29. I'm graduating from my MBA program in May. And I dropped out of film school last year. So, some people don't know this. A lot of people probably don't know this, but NYU has a dual degree program where you can get your MBA and your MFA in film production at the same time. I have been dreaming of working in film and being a filmmaker since COVID. That's the light bulb that went off for me whenever we were in the lockdown, and that's what I wanted to do. So I faced my dream. I was in the film school taking classes, producing short films, which I'm still doing, but was doing the thing, and ultimately after a series of experiences, decided I didn't need it for my journey, and I left. We'll get into that tea later, but to experience that and know now that I'm embarking on, the rest of my career post MBA is a very interesting place to be. I have some projects that I'm working on and that I'm going to see to fruition this year. And I figured the podcast would be a great way to, again, hold myself accountable, keep myself consistent, and also show up publicly to be very open and vulnerable online. It's a way to get over fears of talking to cameras and being online, and a way to detach myself from outcomes. I am promising to myself that there will be weekly episodes of this podcast for a whole year. So by the time I turn 30, you guys should have at least 50 episodes from me. Because I'm going to give myself 2 weeks because, life, whatever. But that's the promise that I'm making to myself and making to anybody who's watching this. So the Film School Dropout it's a gift to myself, which is funny because it's work, in a way, but it's also a safe place, a creative zone. And I want this journey to be of service to people who are listening, who are in similar places. I feel like a lot of us really don't know what's going on right now. And I don't know about you, but I do not know what's going on, okay, every day. Like, what's actually going on, guys? But we still have to put food on our table somehow, right? Like, that is the truth of the matter. And there's so many amazing colleagues I have, friends, people that I admire that are creating their own blueprint. They are writing their own rules. They are making shit happen, period. And that is who this podcast is for. I'm a person that, I feel like I've been able to pursue a lot of things and do a lot of things and try a lot of things. But there's always an opportunity for more, and when you reach certain levels, your mind expands to only go further, right? So I want to bring some of those creative minds people who are doing the unconventional path and bring them to this platform and create a community for creatives who are building careers that don't exist yet. That's what this podcast is about. I'm building a career that I don't know what it's going to look like yet. I don't know. I'm literally giving myself time to figure that out instead of hopping into my next role, whether it is a corporate role, whether it's a freelance role, whether I'm a producer, director, I don't know. But I'm giving myself space for the first time in my life to not have it figured out and make a podcast about it. It's kind of crazy, but it feels like the right time to do so. And I just encourage everyone, yes, there are a lot of important issues that are happening across the world right now. And if you're like me, sometimes you feel really hopeless. And if you're like me in another way, sometimes you might ask yourself, like, what's the point of even wanting to like be an artist in this time? Or like, what's the point of wanting to, I don't know, like create content or post a video online? What's the point right now? But I would implore us to consider, like, in every era of human history that we know of, some of the only reason why we know about it is because people created during that time. And the way we create looks differently nowadays because of the way the world has shifted. But we must still do it. I mean, it's like, what else are we going to do? We have to do the things that we know how. In addition to staying educated, staying informed, and, volunteering and doing what you can. After that, you still have to, again, put food on your table and figure out what you want to do with your life. And me, I'm the type of person where time and time again, I've been able to try like so many different things that I'll get into in our next episode. But you have to pursue your curiosity to its fullest extent and try, like, what else can we do but try? And that's why I'm here. And tapping into the film school dropout universe, you don't have to be interested in film specifically, but if you are, that's great too. We will be talking to filmmakers. I will be making a film. We'll be talking about storytelling and things of that nature, but it's about the overarching collective of digital entrepreneurs, creators, business owners, everybody that's doing things in a different way that we're used to. Like, the world is changing so much, and there's a lot of conversations to be had around it. And they don't have to happen in a traditional school setting. I've loved my experience at my MBA. I've loved my experience in film school, even though I dropped out. However, you do not need these institutions to pursue your passions or to pursue your goals. That's something that I want everyone to know, and it's something, again, like, we'll be speaking with people who have done it and who have not. We're going to be building our own table and creating the careers that don't exist yet. Like, the jobs that I had in college and post-college and even my summer internship with my MBA, every job I had did not exist 5 years prior. And that's crazy, So my goal through this project is to really, like, turn a different switch on in my brain and start thinking big, bish. Like, start thinking big, you know what I mean? It's just that season. Again, like, I'm about to be 29, or I'm about to be 30. I just turned 29. It's still weird to say. But it's giving lock-in. And it's giving, like, giving something to myself that I own, that's mine, again, in this new era, as individuals, we have to build platforms for ourselves. It's the truth. And this is the way of myself doing that. So I hope that you stick around. I don't know where this journey is going to go, guys, but if you know me in real life, you know that it's going to be unpredictable, but it's going to be fun. Okay? Like, child, I'm actually really excited to see where we all are at the 50th episode. Yeah, it's gonna, I literally can't tell you what's gonna happen. But all I know is this podcast will be a podcast of exploration, of conversation, of fun, of creating, and of dropping out, man. Like, we have to drop out of these systems and these norms that we've always known. It's okay to participate in them, but we cannot assign our worth or identity or value to these things. We have to drop out. Okay? We have to drop out and tap into something else. What that something else is, that's what we're here to figure out together. Okay? We're here together at the Dropout Lab to tap in and figure some things out. Okay? We're dropping out, tapping in. That's it. But yeah, if you listen to this and plan to listen to more episodes, thank you. And I'm excited. Keeping this one short and sweet just to kind of introduce what this concept is. And I think it's going to evolve a lot over time because, to be honest, even when this idea first came into my head, I thought it was going to be something completely different. But when I sat down and started recording, the fullness of what this could be just continues to reveal itself. So, and if you know me, I'm also really, really big on community building. And I think in this current day and age, like, we need each other more than ever, especially when we're embarking on non-traditional paths that might not have insurance, that might not have benefits, or they might, I don't know. We need each other. We got to put our brains together, collab, create, do all those things, and lean on each other. So again, being a film school dropout is literal for me, but it doesn't have to be literal for you. It's about dropping out of the things that are not serving us and dropping out of ideologies that also aren't serving us. There are a lot of things to drop out of in 2026 and a lot of things to tap into as well. And this is a space where we can explore that together. And I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. So thank you for being here. Thanks for listening. The next episode, I'm going to go into a little more detail about my journey and how I ended up in grad school and film school in the first place and why I dropped out. Because it's like, what? Like, what's actually going on, And yeah, we're going to get into all of that. Episodes are going to be, cute, not too much. I like to yap, but not too much. Little 20-minute bites. Something to listen to while, you might be warming up that Trader Joe's meal. Something light. And yeah, I'm just excited to be on this journey with you guys. And welcome to the Film School Dropout. See you on the next episode. Bye.